Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the final game cast here of the GosuGamers Losers Bracket Final here between Team SK Gaming and Evil Geniuses. I am Four Court Jester with GameReplays.org. Joining me today will be SK Gaming, Bdiz. Bdizzle. I know, we've been doing this a while. That was a long game number 2. But hey, how you doing, buddy?
I'm good, and yeah, that was a long game number 2. I had to relive that. That was another 90-minute long experience.
Yeah, 87-minute game. Long game, but hey, you know what? You guys tied up the series 1-1 now, and this is to go on to the grand finals. As I think you said, $2,000 is what gets added to your winnings, win or lose past this. So, I mean, the pressure is on, and you guys really did a great comeback to that game. I mean, EG was really riding the momentum of the first game into the second, but somewhere between mid and late, you guys really picked it up. And here we are, game number 3. So, kudos to you, sir. I mean, just such a great job right now getting to game number 3.
Yep, thanks. And to go over bans really quickly, it's more or less some of the same heroes. Bombardier banned every game. Thunderbringer banned for the second time, this time by EG, I believe. We banned Bubbles this time, and that left Pharaoh unbanned, which we first picked. The rest of the bans were the same, except for Dampier, which is also left on the board. And EG decided not to ban it this time to see if we would pick it for Fogged.
Okay, so kind of a little bit of a gamble there this time, isn't it?
Yeah, they know he's a powerful hero. They know Fogged has an amazing Dampier. He's pretty much the best at him because it's a new hero, and a lot of people haven't experimented with him, whereas Fogged has. So they decided to take that gamble to see if we would play it in Game 3.
Fair enough. So this is, again, game number 3 for those joining us, SK versus EG. I am here with Bdiz, and we've just went a little bit over the bans. So into the picks, I don't quite see the Dampier yet, but Myrmidon, it seems to be a pick. All 3 games he's come through, as well as Behemoth, all 3 games again. And really, that's a little surprising to me. I mean, Behemoth, he really came back into the scene with the introduction of things like Striders and the Blood Chalice, and then Myrmidon seems to be almost like a constant pick. Not a ban, just a constant pick. I mean, what are the strengths of these two heroes? They're both played as support, I believe, in at least in these series so far.
Yeah, Myrmidon definitely a support that can bring something to the late game with his ultimate, and if you build his items that way. They're both really strong early game tri-lane heroes. The combination of Weedfield being an AoE stun with its long range and Fissure obviously having extremely long range plus the ability to block just makes both heroes really powerful.
Yeah, it really definitely does. They've played integral parts in both games so far, and really just, you know, great gameplay coming out of both teams to date. So we do have the picks now almost solidified here. So to go, well, we'll just start off with SK. I mean, Trafalmador there on Pharaoh with Fogged right now just sitting on Behemoth. Angry Testy with a Witch Slayer. I don't see a Dampier anywhere yet. So I don't know. Shadow pick. There we go. Soul Stealer and Swiftblade. So can you tell us a little bit about the lineup here?
We went with Pharaoh first pick because he's a great initiator, great side lane solo hero, and he's really just strong throughout the entirety of the game. We went there 2 supports next because we didn't really know who they were going with. They just picked up Hellbringer and Myrmidon, so they had a couple of options with their tri-lane. We did not want to give them the Behemoth Myrmidon combo again. We wanted to have at least one of the 2 on our side because them together, as seen in the first 2 games, is just really a powerful combination. So we took a Behemoth for our tri-lane, and we got Witch Slayer again because he's just all around a great hero, even though I don't have the Pimp Slayer skin like Cardinal and Testy do. Then we went with Soul Stealer and Swiftblade as our last 2. Looking at their lineup, we honestly thought that they were going to be picking Gladiator with their last pick. Sebuska plays a phenomenal Gladiator, and they already had their 2 supports. We did not foresee Buska playing support in Game 3. We went with Soul Stealer because he does well mid against Defiler, And looking at their lineups, they can only have one hard carry. We picked two, and we have better late game than them with superior initiation already.
All right, fair enough. I mean, yeah, EG, they have... I'm a little surprised that Sabuska here is also on an Andromeda, but looking at the picks, I mean, the Defiler is very well... Chu Defiler, nonetheless. He's very well known as a pushing hero, and in the hands of Chu, it could definitely be a very positive ganking hero. But it's but the pushing hero is kind of what I want to kind of emphasize here, because we do have Dodo on his Hellbringer yet again, and that could also definitely be another big positive pushing factor. So I don't know. Do you think they were trying to end the game very quickly? I mean, by this time, you guys had already been playing, what, 2.5, 3 hours or so?
Oh, this was already like 3.5 hours, going near 4, including like the little breaks in between hosting the games and whatnot. We didn't think that they were trying to end the game early. Obviously, there's a ridiculous amount of money on the line, so we didn't want to. We didn't think they were going to try to end the game early. We thought they were going in with a strategy, and having that pushing element in their strategy is something they went for, whereas we went for a very strong amount of initiation with Pharaoh and Behemoth. So it's just two different strategies going into the game.
Oh, this would be an opportunity here to test our auto pause skip. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I skipped. Did you skip?
I'm actually a little behind, but yeah, I did.
Okay.
Can we do a sync up real quick?
Yep. SE, you skipped too, right?
Yes, sir.
Alright, I'm at 9 minutes, 3 seconds into the replay.
Okay, 1 second. Alright, I'm there.
Okay. SE, I'm assuming you're going to be there too. SE.
Yep.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, play. Alright, so for the laning factor here, are we going to be doing...
Real quick, before you get into that,
Yep.
I want to bring a little attention to something people have been talking about. If you look at our world tree, we've got Pharaoh spawning his mummy, Swiftblade attacks at once, I attack at once, and Soul Stealer gets the last hit. If you click on Soul Stealer, you can see that it actually gives him a soul. Some people have been messaging us saying it's an exploit. We thought of it as a clever use of game mechanics, as even if you're against a Pharaoh, denying his mummy gives you a soul. We did it twice and got Soul Stealer 2 souls for +4 damage going into mid. Then we sent our heroes to our lanes with a Behe Witch Slayer's Swiftblade tri-lane bottom and a Pharaoh solo top.
Interesting use of mechanics. I mean, you did have S2 right there. I did say DJ in at least 2 games so far. But
Yep.
And he didn't say anything.
And
I
I
don't know.
actually talked to Element User a little bit after the game.
Yep.
Who was in charge of the mechanics and bug fixes, and since yesterday essentially, Soul Stealer no longer gains souls off of gadgets like Pharaoh souls, or Pharaoh mummies rather, Polywog, wards, engineers, gadgets, etc., etc.
Fair enough. Alright, so I guess it was not supposed to be an occurrence that did happen, but it did happen. So that has now been rectified, I suppose. Okay. Fair enough. I did notice that there was a patch deployed sometime last night, this morning, with at least a new skin, but I didn't quite look at all the patch notes. But that was then, this is now, so let's just get back to this. Madman will be the tri-laning. Is he Freddy Krueger?
Yes, he does have the Freddy Krueger skin.
That's interesting. So he will be up top in this tri-lane. Mimrodon and Andromeda will be his support. Now they are going up against a solo Pharaoh. And what do you think of a solo Pharaoh against this tri-lane? That almost seems like overpowering to me. But his mummy wall is a very protective mechanic.
Obviously, he's going to get shut down, but we're also shutting down their Hellbringer. A farmed Hellbringer, in our opinion, has more of an impact on a game than a farmed Pharaoh. So we're fine with that trade. Also, in terms of having a dual lane mid, we have our Behemoth sitting over there, and he is gonna Behemoth as a hero has more of an impact as a ganker early for a Soul Stealer than, say, an Andromeda or a Myrmidon ganking for a Defiler. So we were very confident with our lane setups, and also that Pharaoh would be able to get some experience. As you can see, he's level 2, whereas the other one, Hellbringer, is only level 1.
Yeah, well, Behemoth is keeping himself out of the equation. Oh, that the Fisher there just on the wrong side of Defido. That would have been an easy first blood for Chu, and giving Chu first blood is nothing you really want to do. I do notice level 1 Hellbringer, he's come up south, and now there's a little bit of a wild goose chase going on for this Behemoth. He's going to actually run right into Andromeda. That's going to be a stun, and to the wheat field. The weed field, not the wheat field, but this is most likely going to be a first blood here. Depends if Andromeda's Comet 2-1, that should be in range, and that's going to be another weed field, and that's going to be the first blood with a smackdown. Thank you, Miss Pudding, for that. And a little unfortunate there, because that could have easily been a Chu first blood right there.
Yeah, Cardinal actually canceled his first Fisher cast, which was a mistake. I guess he didn't think it was going to be a block. I don't know. And then he ran away from a DD Myrmidon into a Myrmidon and Andromeda, securing his death instead of taking the chance against just Myrmidon. So, bit of a gutsy play on his part. Didn't end up working out for us. But in the meantime, we've got both supports for each team stacking the jungle. And we've got me on Witch Slayer looking to maybe farm the pull. Whereas they've got Hellbringer taking their jungle farm because he cannot lane at all. We've got our Pharaoh sitting in lane, leeching some experience and getting at least some farm out of it. As you can see, he's got 6 creep kills right now.
I guess this was related to all the spamming that was going on, that pause there. But C'est la vie, I mean, right now we do have Fogged. He just got hit by that Magikarp, but the Weed Field not going to hit him. We do have Madman now, not going to be trying to make anything out of it. No, Madman, he's level 4. He's 2 into the barrel roll, 2 into the stock, not going anything in the gash. I mean, what would you know? It's been a while since I played a Madman, but he just really wants to max out the stock and the barrel roll, doesn't need to worry too much about the crit, right?
Yeah, typical Madman build is that by level 8 you want to have 4 points in both stock and barrel rolls, so he's just doing typical build. Nothing out of the ordinary there. These references, and I'll try it again, is just to the spam that was going on. It started out with just the casters and just Breaky, and then it hit the players. It hit me in the lobby, and then it hit B-Kid, and hit Yoda, and it was just a huge nuisance in Game 3.
God,
thankfully, we can skip through pauses.
Yeah, this auto skip pausing is a godsend. I'm never pausing again. Never. But yeah, I did notice now that we do have a little bit of a weird jungle Hellbringer build going on because he's been totally forced out of his lane. So this is going to give a lot of free farm now to Swiftblade. They got to be feeling very confident about your Swiftblade right now because he's getting unhindered, totally unhindered farm.
Yep, and on top of him getting unhindered farm, if you look in bottom jungle, I'm doing the creep pull. This is going to take me from level 2 all the way to level 4 from this one creep pull. I managed to get all the last hits, which also gives me enough money to get boots early into the game, which helps out a lot, considering I'm the only support for the team as Witch Slayer, and you typically want to try to get a blink at some point in the game. So having to buy the wards and blink and trying to get boots early, it's difficult unless you get some kind of farm, which I did right there.
The unsung heroes of support. Indeed, it is a tough life sometimes, trying to nab that farm to get those necessary items. But this is a little bit of an interesting tactic. We do have Sabuska and Myrmidon. They're just roaming around right now. They've been a pair now for a little bit, staying out of lanes. That means we only have 2 laning evil geniuses, and that's going to include Chu mid, who, well, in theory is not... Wow, I thought she would have been winning mid by now, but Soulstealer is level 6, whereas Chu's only level 5. But yeah, they're doing a lot of roaming right now. Well, that's good for the lanes because a lot of solo experience for your laners is great, but it's going to be terrible for them down the line because they're going to be so underfarmed and leveled. You guys obviously saw them roaming around. You do have a few wards out and about in the spot, but what did you think of that going on?
We right when we saw where their lanes were, we held off in placing the wards. We were kind of wondering ourselves as to if they would try lane against us, because if you remember in the winners bracket semifinals, our Swiftblade tri-lane did extremely well against them, and we had a huge lead that we ended up blowing to lose game 2 there. So we didn't think they would actually run against our Swiftblade tri-lane. That's why we waited on our wards and decided to plant 2 wards to protect mid from ganks from their Andromeda and their Myrmidon, whereas they only had 1 ward and a lane ward to protect their Madman.
Well, it's working out for you so far. You are down the first kill, but only one kill has been registered this entire game. And as I said, a lot of roaming going around. The jungle is virtually untouched by wards on both sides. So that's probably going to spend or end up being a very big advantage to these roaming strats. I mean, like, you've been almost exclusively in the jungle as well. You're not hindering Swiftblade whatsoever, giving him that. I do notice you are stacking quite very effectively down here. But up top, they also are doing a lot of stacking, clearing of the creep camps, trying to get this Hellbringer back into a little bit of a competitive level. So a lot of stacking going on. Jungle's a very important aspect of this game, it seems, as opposed to like our first two there.
Yep. And another thing that went into this, the picking strategy, was picking Soul Stealer. He's a hero that when he hits level 7, he can clear jungle stacks extremely quickly and efficiently with 3 nukes. So knowing that we wanted to run a Swiftblade tri-lane in Game 3, after looking at their initial picks, Soul Stealer fit in perfectly, because if they dodge it, he's going to farm stacks and get absolutely out of control. And as you can see at the 8-minute mark, even though I killed a triple pull already at our pull spot to get my early levels, we've got 3 triple camps again for him to clear out right away.
Is that what he's going to do?
Also doubled already. He does do it soon. It took him a while. I was yelling at him a little bit. Tessie was being lazy. He wasn't actually ricing like he should be. And we actually see up top, Fogged was using rockets to lower the HP on their creep camps, and Tessie TP'd up there to sneak some kills to prevent some farm from EG.
So not just farming on your behalf, but denying the enemy farming. I mean, by now you had to have realized that the Hellbringer has... oh, actually, the Hellbringer's down south. I was going to say...
he decided to come down bottom. He had no idea where I was. Chalfendor obviously sees him, he's going to kill him. He was tired of sitting in the jungle, I guess. I don't know. It was a huge mistake on his part to come bottom. He essentially is just feeding our Swiftblade more farm over their Madman, and the Madman already missed creeps from when he was chasing after a Pharaoh, trying to harass him and potentially kill Pharaoh. So it just furthered Swiftblade's edge over Madman in the free farm lanes.
Well, this is almost very similar to what we saw in game number 1. I mean, B-Kid, like, he is farming, but he's not anywhere near the top earners of the game. I mean, right now Trafalmador 66 creep kills under his belt. He's pushed right up to the tower, and we have 58 registering here on Chu as well, 60 now. But I mean, 47 on B-Kid. Yeah, he is kind of missing a good amount there. And, I mean, his farm will suffer a little bit out of it. He's just under 300 gold a minute. I'm just going to be really fearing a very farmed up Swiftblade later on. He's sitting at 400 gold a minute. That's a very scary figure, especially this early into the game. He already has himself his Ghost Marchers. Pretty sure he already had a Logger attach it from the start, and now a Life Tube. He's most likely going to go for that Runed Axe, just to increase that farming potential.
Yep. And we actually see action in the mid lane. Pharaoh hit level 6, got a TP, landed a really nice hook on Choose the Pile and was able to pick him off. But Andromeda was there and was able to get a cross kill.
Yeah, I was going to say that was quite the long range ultimate, but hey, you took out Chu for the first time. It took significantly less time to kill him this round, but 0-1 Chu, not exactly playing to the standard he set himself for those other 2 games. Right now, it does look like Swiftblade. He's come up north. He's level 9 now. Is that the top of the game? Level 9, 8 only on B-Kid, 8 on Chu. Chu's now dead, but I don't know. I guess that Homecoming Stone was to little or no avail.
Yeah, he decided to try to come in and make something happen while leaving his free farm lane. Since he left it, Hellbringer thought that, hey, I can go to bottom and get some more experience and get closer to 6, which is obviously huge for Hellbringer. He thought wrong as he gets killed once again by Swiftblade. All 3 Swift Slashes on him in a spin to finish him off.
I don't know. You're going to have to swap up the strategy here for the Hellbringer. I mean, it's so 5 against 9, and especially with such an assassin type hero such as Swiftblade, it's very hard to get anything off. I mean, right now we don't even have a Malphus able to drop on top of him at all. So I don't know. I suspect something's going to have to change there. Either get a lane partner, swap up a lane, or just stick to the jungle. It does look like he wants to go north right now. Very underfarmed Hellbringer, so definitely shut down quite a lot in this game. You guys are probably not going to be fearing him nearly as much as you did last round, where he had that solo lane against, who was it, Bubbles? I think it was Bubbles.
Yeah, he was solo against Bubbles last game. One huge thing about how Pharaoh was able to stay top in Leech experience while their two supports were roaming around, that actually had a huge impact on the game. Like, if you look at our supports levels, we're both 5. Their Andromeda and Myrmidon are both 4. Their Hellburners 5, our Pharaoh is 6, and our Behemoth actually just hit 6 as well. So we have a small experience lead right now, but it actually pays pretty huge dividends to have those levels and have the capability to fight, whereas they kind of can't without their crucial ultimates.
Yeah, the level 6 is definitely the hallmark here, and yeah, the 4 is just like I'm looking at Sabuska right now. Level 4, I mean 2 and 2, a rocket coming down. Like, these are squishy heroes. They're not like low levels with high hit points. They're just low levels with low hit points. And I don't know. Right now, guys, everyone's just hanging out. It's a very passive game at this point. 5 kills in 12 minutes, almost 13 minutes. It's a little bit of a much different pace than last game.
Yeah, whenever there's tri-lanes being dodged, because either you think you have the harder carry in the better late game, or you just don't want to fight a certain hero or a certain combo in the tri-lane, the game is born from a spectator point of view, but from a technical point of view, you can see which team really can manage the early game the absolute best, and whose picking strategy really shines through in the game.
Now, I was talking a little bit back at the picks about how pushing heroes, they might want to try to end this early, and right now, did you see the Malphus ultimate come down on top of nothing there in the mid?
Not sure if that was a misclick. Maybe he was trying to life void the creeps or something, but he ended up ulting it.
Yeah, and I can only see if you guys saw the ult. It's like, hey, they're missing a Malphus. Let's go kill something. And there you go, away you went.
Yep, we actually just traded 2 for 2. As Cardinal comes in and gets a really nice cleanup on their Andromeda. That would have gone a lot smoother if I had landed my stun, or held on to my stun and not used it right away. I kind of wasted it there, whiffed it, and it led to both myself and Fog dying. Although we did pick off the Filer and Andromeda, so it was a good trade for us either way.
Tisk, tisk, missing your stun. How could you? But, I mean, Madman, he was untouched. He was the only hero not in the mid, and now he's up to level 10. He's at least keeping in the game. He's keeping up here with Chu, who is the other solo in the mid. And right now, I mean, 10-10 to 10-10, the levels differences are kind of, they'll start normalizing once we get a few more of these team fights in. But
Something else, sorry to interrupt you, but it's really important, is that Madman just off of clearing this neutral camp, neutral stack at his pull spot, picked up enough gold for his Runed Axe, so he just got a 15-minute Runed Axe. Whereas our Swiftblade also just picked it up, however Swiftblade has phase boots. So they both got Runed Axe at exactly the same time, except Swiftblade has phase boots, whereas Madman has a Chalice.
So well, with stock, I mean, he's not exactly going super offensive at this point, and the invisible factor, I mean, doesn't stock also give you like max move speed? No, it doesn't quite give you max.
450, so it's plus 150 move speed.
So that's almost boots right there. That's more than boots right there.
But at the same point, that's another 1450 gold he's gonna have to farm for treads, whereas Swiftblade already has it because he did a lot better in lane against 0 heroes than Madman did against 1. Plus, it's not all Deacon's fault. When he disconnected due to being spammed, he missed an entire creep wave. So missing 4 creep waves and experience from walking back to your fountain is kind of a pain, a nuisance, but Trough definitely did do a better job in the early game.
Oh, numbers don't lie. I mean, 2 kills under his belt, 405 gold a minute, whereas B-Kid's just, 0-0-0 at this point. I mean, I'm not saying he has a bad run. 350 gold a minute, very respectable for almost a lane to himself, so to speak. And now just the rest of EG's trying to hold off here. Advances, just trying to let him get really up there. But as you said, 15-minute Runed Axes, those are very respectable numbers at this point. And that's just going to really start snowballing into a lot of damage down the line.
Yep, and both teams, they've got their ancients stacked. We had our ancients cleared out already by Soul Stealer. Jungles are stacked, so it's really just a rising war and seeing who can manage the game better than the other team in terms of their support stacking and just helping their carries get as farmed as possible.
Yeah, is this going to be more of a ricing game? Is it then?
This, yeah, a little spoil the game, very rice festy.
Alright, well, we'll have to find something to do. I mean, alright, we're about to hit the 17-minute mark, and the gold difference at this point, very negligible. 1,500 gold is really not that much at this stage of the game. 2 hero kills should easily be able to balance that right back out. But other than those ruined axes that we have in and around the place, is there any kind of big signature pickups that came out at this point?
Angry Testy just finished his Shrunken Head. Chew's creeping up on 2,000 gold, so he's looking to pick up an item soon. And other than that, it's just the ruined axes. Everyone else pretty much has their starter items. Our Behemoth Cardinal has Striders plus Chalice. I have Boots and I've gotten wards. Their supports have gotten wards, and they both actually have Striders. So it's just like, you know, the basic items for everyone else.
I like what Chew's doing here. He's splitting the experience here with Andromeda on this triple stack down south, and now they're just about to go and chase off Swiftblade, or maybe Swiftblade's going to stay in town and try to pick them off. I think there's too many creeps to make that worthwhile. But Andromeda is definitely suffering a little bit from you know, level withdrawal. We do have Yoda, same kind of idea. He's level 5, but they have been doing a lot of roaming around the place. I mean, they have it, well, 2-0-0 for Yoda. He's picked up 2 kills right there, and Sabuska has 3 assists, so it's not like they haven't been busy with the team fights at all. But yeah, right now it does look like Madman is going to be the one in trouble. Oh, wow, did you really use an ultimate just to finish him off? But c'est la vie. Soul Steer is going to come in here with a Demon Hand, going to pick up a long-range kill there on Yoda, and that's going to be a death for the Myrmidon. Hellbringer is trying to micro that Malphas as best he can. I did notice that Swiftblade, he doesn't, he is now actually up top now, and I'm not too sure that EG is going to be knowing this as the tower just went down south. He's going to pick up a kill there on Chew, and that's going to be really devastating, taking out 2 of their solo heroes there, whereas we do have both your solos still alive. This could be a very good opportunity to push this top tower, as there's really nobody left to defend it. Myrmidon just repopped simply because he's low leveled, and Dodo was the sole survivor of the fight. So wow, that really cranked this game up a notch right there.
Yeah, that was a huge fight for us. On top of just winning the team fight, Tralfamador got bottom tower before TPing top and getting an important kill for him. We killed their Madman, who was free farming and starting to get out of control, so shutting him down is obviously good, and lowering his farm, blah blah blah. We also killed Chew, we killed both of their carries, which is just essential at any point in the game while both of ours lived. And all we lost was, I believe, myself for that trade, if I am correct. We actually, I think Fog might have died, I'm not sure.
Well, all five of EG was up top, and 4 of them did go down. So no question that you took a nice decisive lead there. The experience in gold has now exploded up to the 8,000, 7,000 range respectively, and that's going to give you guys a nice big bump to your money. Firebrand coming out here on Swiftblades. So a Frostbrand Swiftblade, I can't imagine a Geometer's Bane coming down the line for him. Pharaoh, he has a Ring of the Teacher, but he's had that for quite a while. Another Firebrand here on the Soul Stealer, so definitely trying to keep the momentum in your court with the move speed advantage. You got yourself some Striders, so congratulations. And it looks like this mid tower is going to be the second tower kill, third tower kill of the game, because the bottom tower did go down much earlier, and that's a lot of map control right now. You just won yourselves here against Evil Geniuses.
Yeah, we knew Hellbrenner's ult was still down. They're not going to fight without it, so we pushed the tower. Fogg actually tried to initiate on Yoda's Myrmidon, but Yoda used Waveform and dodged it. So we didn't actually end up fighting afterwards. We just went back to farming our stacks in the jungle, which have been up for quite some time. And Soul Stealer, for 13 minutes now, hasn't been over there to kill them, but he's finally doing it.
Yeah, so was Swiftblade. He picked himself up a creep camp. Now, I mean, triple stacking these creeps, I mean, why not? It's just such a huge boost to the experience. And like, just take a quick look at Angry Testy. 545 gold a minute, 458 experience. The only other person comparable to that right now is Tralfamador on Swiftblade, and he's about the same. 500 experience, 470 gold a minute. And that's really impressive numbers, especially in this game number 3. 9-5 is the score. You do have a slight advantage in that regard. 3 towers towers down, however, is going to be a good majority of that 8,000 gold advantage you guys have. So I can only assume right now EG is going to be playing very defensively. They need to catch you guys off guard somehow and start bringing this back into their court if they want to put up some kind of fight here.
Yeah, but if you look at it, both of the carries, being Choose Defiler and B-Kids Madman, are both doing pretty well. Once they start getting their own towers, they're going to be caught up to what our carries are currently farming.
I'm just watching Chu here up in the top jungle. He's making good use of his Wave of Death. I actually didn't think it was called Wave of Death. I was about to call that. It's like, I should probably check the official name. No, Wave of Death. Doing a good job there. Swiftblade has no idea they're up there, but we do have one ward here from Sibuska there, so I guess they did see him coming. You're doing another warding game as well. Did you know of any wards that were there at the time? Like, have you done any counter warding up to this point?
There was a little bit of counter warding around the mid lane ward area when we were fighting that area, but I wasn't focusing too much on it. I wanted to at least get my base items as Witchslayer Soul isn't a free kill for them. And I already knew that we had an advantage, so I didn't think that counter warding was too essential at that point in time.
Nah, just a quick count of the wards. I mean, you only got 2 each, and they are mostly centered upon that jungle. Right now, though, I mean, you guys are hitting this top tower. There's no defense even remotely interested right now. They do take your mid tower, so that's going to be their first tower kill, first step to recovery, so to speak. And it just looks like, what, you saw them back off and you got a little bit nervous? No, you didn't get that nervous.
We saw them back off, but we knew their Madman was bottom on low mana, so he wouldn't be in the fight. I actually went around and picked off Yoda, got a little smackdown on him with Flamboyant Pack, which is always fun. But Fog TP'd bottom to protect our tower and get a deny on it versus Madman's push. And then we actually back out of top here because we don't want to fight them
without Fog. No, that was definitely a big stopper there to the Madman because he did not seem to have any interest coming up to the top. A deny on a tower, however, that's going to be big for the eliminating the gold bonus into their pockets. So you guys are keeping a 7,000 gold lead, 8,000 experience, but the pressure is on. I mean, right now momentum is heavily within SK's favor at this point. I did notice Chu there picked up a Storm Spirit a little bit ago. That gives her some good mana regen and movement speed. And of course, the disable or self-disable if she's about to get focused. Myrmidon's finally level 6, but I'm not too sure his ultimate's actually going to count for too much in the upcoming team fights.
He actually doesn't get his ultimate at 6, and I don't either when playing Myrmidon.
Didn't even notice that.
You typically get ult at 10 and 11 and use it as an escape early or to pick off a squishy here that you find. But other important item pickups is Testy just finished his Geometer's Bane, and Chalkmador finished his Frostburn. Fog started working on a Barbed Armor, I believe, and he's actually getting close to finishing it, and our Behemoth Cardinal picked up his Portal Key.
Yes. I did see the Portal Key as a 25-minute Portal Key, not the best, but he is only sitting at 168 gold a minute, and he's only died once, which is good. So lots of a kill, 2 assists. Enough gold to grab that. We really don't have any kind of those big pickups yet on the Hellborn. I mean, we have a Shield of the 5 coming out here on the Hellbringer, so I can only imagine it should be Shield of the 5 only brings into an Astrolabe, doesn't it?
Oh, well, Astrolabe and Plated Greaves, however, he already has Tread, so
right.
Or Steamboats rather. So he's going to be going for an Astrolabe.
Very kind of support oriented this round, as opposed to like a solo really destroying kind of Hellbringer this round. But I mean, hey, that's how it's going to be played. That's how it's going to be played. What has Madman been doing with his time? He has himself a Mighty Blade. Can only assume that he wants himself a Shrunken Head sometime soon. That should make him a pretty dominant force in team fights coming up.
Yeah, he really needs to get that Shrunken Head before he can team fight against us. We know this. Like, if he comes in without a Shrunken Head, we've got Dust, he's dead. So we're kind of just gonna pressure them a little bit, take all of their outer towers before you can finish farming it. That was their game plan, at least. As when we go further, top tower, they actually go for a Ninja Kongor using Choose Ultimate.
Now, did your ward that is down here, did that pick them up, or was it just way too far back?
No, ward in that spot is purely defensive and doesn't show anywhere near Kongor's pit, so we didn't actually see them go in. Um, Regardless, we had a good idea that they were there.
Yeah,
Pharaoh's
so
rocket was late, as you see it coming in, landing after Kongor dies. But we took a tower, they got Kongor. It was a bad trade for us, but we already had a huge enough lead that it didn't really matter too much. And it wasn't going to stop us from continuing our push.
yeah, fair enough. You guys have transferred down here to the mid. You're going to put up a lot of defensive, pressure here on the defensive tower. But Madman has himself that token of life, so he's definitely going to try to be a thorn in your side, so to speak. Now, I did notice just before that Chu, he's picked himself up Axe of the Malphite, so I can only assume he's going to go for the Behemoth's Heart. That's going to give him a lot of survivability. He's almost going a tank build. But at the same time, I do believe that increases or decreases cooldowns by 10%, or does it increase your damage 15%. By 10%? Oh, it's 15%.
It's a 15% cooldown reduction, which is pretty huge on Defiler. More silence spam, more wave spam, faster ultimates, less downtime on it. And it actually is an extremely good item on Defiler. And his farm is pretty good to have an Axe of the Malphite and a Storm Spirit at 28 minutes, and he's actually going to go pick up his Beast Heart right now too, so he's really close to the Behemoth's Heart.
1800 hit points on Defiler. His ultimate will return him health as well. Is he the top hit points of the game right now? I have to say he is. He's the beefiest hero here, and she is intelligence. So that's why you don't really see a lot of beast hearts on the intelligence heroes, simply because, well, they're intelligence heroes. But it really is a fantastic pickup there for Defiler. Well, without all that being said, I don't know. People are just wandering around. I see a Shield of the 5, or sorry, no, I see the Astrolabe. They're sitting on Hellbringer. And Tablet of Command now finished up on the Myrmidon. What do we got here on a Swiftblade? He has an Abyssal Skull, a Pharaoh with the Barbed Armor, so good memory there. A Pharaoh with a Barbed Armor, that is just such a scary sight as he jumps right into you. And I do notice you have yourself a Dust of Revelation as well as 2 counter wards. So you guys are really, really fearing that the Madman, aren't you?
Yeah, I've got extra gold. Instead of getting a portal key this game, I looked at the game and our advantage, and I said the best way to keep this advantage going is to keep Madman down in team fights. You can do it with a portal key by just initiating on him. I feel more confident doing it with strong counter warding for him, so he doesn't have an escape ability.
Well, I don't think you're going to be fighting the Madman today. You just almost insta-give both Dodo and Yoda, and they're just going to have to surrender this tower to you now. And that is all 6 towers down in 30 or so minutes. Just a pretty good pace. I mean, that's 1 tower down every 5 minutes on average. And right now it just looks like you're riding the momentum wave. I mean, why not? They're down 2 heroes. You're just going to put up a lot of pressure here on EG. I really want to see this Madman shine, though. He has himself the Shrunken Head and a Token of Life. He has another 6 minutes to use it, so I'm really just going to be anticipating that fight coming up.
Yeah, right now they can't really pick a fight until Dodo's up. We got a little chip damage onto the tower, but backed out because Mouse was up and we didn't feel confident pushing to their base. We knew we had a huge lead, as you can see by the numbers. 10,000 experience, 13,000 gold. We didn't want to blow it by pushing too aggressively, so our game plan was to fall back and just simply keep out farming them and keep our lead going, whereas they were pressured to do something.
Yeah, when you're in the defensible position, I mean, you always have that kind of pressure sitting up. I'm pretty sure Madman knew that was an illusion. Well, you wouldn't go head-to-head with that kind of hit points. But the top tower, your top tower still stands, and right now, 9 to 5 is the tower count. So you are 4 towers ahead. The experience and gold lead just keeps getting bigger at this point. As we said, almost 10,000 experience, 13,000 gold. Guys got to be feeling pretty good. But what is Soul Stealer doing? Oh, he has himself a haste rune, so he's not really overextending at all, is he?
Yeah, he's not really worried about being picked off by their team. BKB plus haste rune, he's not going to die to them unless they blow pretty much everything, and even then he can still probably get away.
just taking a quick look at wards. You do have, you know, basically the front entrance is warded, but the top Hellborn jungle is definitely warded by the Hellborn. So they're definitely going for a bit more of a defensive ward placement there. They are kind of gathered up here in this top quadrant. There's no more stacks to farm, so to speak. Even the courier's hanging out, just chilling. And I do think that they want this top tower of yours down, but they have to go through a Swiftblade to do it, and he's looking mighty nasty at this point.
Yeah, he's sitting at absolutely ridiculous farm. He's at 500 gold per minute just about, with Tessie sitting at about 550.
I don't think it's going to matter, though, because he goes down really quickly. In comes the Behemoth, and out goes the Mummies. What just happened? 2-for-1 exchange. It does look like Andromeda went down, but they were able to pick off both Fogged and Cardinal. And probably at this point the next tower, unless, well, I don't know, you're bravely kiting that Malphus. I guess he's just going to become extra farm for this Soul Stealer. Soul Stealer is going to be chasing these guys off. Defiler's ultimate is out, and it should be ending fairly soon. Going for the Weed Field. It does look like Swiftblade bought back. He wants a little bit of retribution. Not going to be getting it this round. So a little bit of sign of life there. 2-for-1 exchange in favor of Evil Geniuses. But they couldn't even push down the tower, so that's unfortunate for them.
The big thing that really put that fight definitely in their favor was when Pharaoh hooked in a Mummy Walled. Andromeda and Madman grouped up right on top of each other, and instead of sheeping the Madman, I sheeped the Andromeda. So Madman was able to get his BKB off before Behemoth's Blink Ultimate Fissure and Enrage combo. So which didn't waste their Aegis, and it only killed their Andromeda. So
a little bit of a misclick on that behalf, huh?
Yeah, they were too close. Mistakes happen.
And excuses are made. Yeah.
Another huge item pickup. Angry Testy just finished his Frostwolf Skull. She bought all at once, so he's continuing his great farm.
Talking about farm, it made 480 gold a minute. Yikes. Or sorry, 542 gold a minute. I was looking at Trafalmador. Yikes. Monster farm.
Yeah, and that's what tends to happen in games like this where there's low kill counts and it's all about who's managing the game better. We had more towers. Creep stacking was honestly even this game. It was just we had more towers, and that gave us the opportunity to steal their jungle a little bit and free reign of ours without really being in a defensive position ever.
So both teams just kind of chilling out at this point. Going to be hitting up some farm. Behemoth is sitting here very invisible, although I can see you. You're not that invisible. But yeah, right now it's just, I guess we're going to finish up a few items and then go for something of a kill. Madman, where is Madman? He has 2 minutes left on this token. So I'm really hoping something's going to happen here. Otherwise, the token's just going to be totally gone to waste. And if a Kongor is going to respawn and, you know, be an Indian giver, take it back, you know. No.
Yeah, they actually look to try and force a fight with the Aegis soon and get it burned. We're looking to just take control of their jungle and play a little bit passively and just cut down on their farm as much as possible and make them afraid to leave their base and just kind of out-farm them like they did to us in Game 1. Where we were trapped in our base, couldn't leave, and they can't do anything about it.
Yeah, I can't do anything about it. Seems to be what they can't do right now. I mean, they're all in their base. They're nestled up. They're in a defensible position, and they're almost afraid to leave at this point, it seems. So a little bit of a standoff. I mean, you guys are down there by the river mid. They're over in their base. You do now. That's a ward of revelation for them, just to clear out any kind of warding, I suppose. Warding's been a very big thing in these games. I mean, you guys got a lot of wards out on the field right now. That might actually give you this kill on Chu. He's very tanky, but he goes down. Out comes the Malphus, a little bit too late to save that Chu. Couldn't get his ultimate off, and now Behemoth is going to be paying a price here as well. Who else is going to be going down? That Madman, he's really low. He has 30 seconds left on that token. If they can kill, oh, he goes down right now. I was going to say, if you can stay alive another 30 seconds, then it would be totally wasted. Right now, though, all 5 of them are up. It does look like Chu bought back, and Pharaoh, poor Pharaoh, he's going to get trapped in his own mummy wall, and he goes down as well. And a little bit of cursing there. Did he get stuck in there? Was it a little bit of a glitch or what?
No, that was Cardinal saying that when he ulted.
Oh, you still here, dude? Uh-oh. I lost you. Hello?
Yeah, he died.
He died. Okay, well, we'll get the story back when he comes back. You're still here with me, C? We're still good?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, we'll just wait for Bdiz to figure that out. Well, what happened, though, is EG got a quick 3 kills there. The Aegis did go down, so Madman, he was up and running, apparently to the surprise of that Pharaoh. And right now, it does look like Kongor is the target. We're still waiting for Fog to get back up and running. It does not look like SK wants to initiate here on 4v5, so to speak. But Kongor is taking his time to die. I guess his upgrade was a little bit too much to take him down very quickly. We are only 37 minutes into the game. People aren't super farmed, so to speak. Madman, however, has picked up yet another token. And he will be, well, at least resurrecting once more during this fight. Defiler, after that Behemoth's Heart, we haven't seen, okay, we do have a plate mail on her, Frostfield plate, going more with this tanky theme yet again. So she's going to try to make herself virtually unkillable, and that will probably stop things like those ganks that just happened to her just now. Bdiz is definitely missing, so the show will go on. Unfortunately, you get to hear me. Yay, me. Yeah, yay me. Alright, so down south we do have the Witch Slayer down here. He looks underfarmed, but at the same time, he's been doing a lot of big support roles here. He does have a lot of wards. The Dust of Revelations have been very key to taking down the Madman, at least for the first kill there. He did hold on quite a bit. He didn't want to die, that's for sure, but the Dust of Revelations really helps out in that regard. The Pharaoh, he does have himself still... Whoa, that's a big net split in IRC. Pharaoh has himself a Glowstone, likely going for a Staff of the Master. That will make his ultimate as an escape mechanism as well as an initiation mechanism. But right now, I mean, he's far from it at this point. Farming of the game right now, we still 550 gold a minute right now on Angry Testy. So Soulsteer doing very well, throwing away a Logger's Hatchet. Apparently, he wants to go get something else. He has what else can a Soulsteer do at this point? I mean, he's very... he's very farmed. He is very itemed. I mean, he already has the typical agility combinations. He does have a Geometer's Bane. He has a Frostwolf Skull. And to boot, he also has his Shrunken Head already. So, at this point, I mean, other than buyback money, I mean, there's no flasks or potions that he can buy. Maybe get rid of the bottle. But I do think he likes his rune control. Some counter warding going on down here in the bottom. Witch Slayer going to be picking up a whole bunch of there with Behemoth. Just, what are you doing up there, Behemoth? Get down from that pedestal. So he comes down. Madman, he has been busy himself. Axe of the Malphite, boosting his hit points a good bit, as well as a Whispering Helm. So the lifesteal combined with his attack speed, he's going to try to keep him alive, so to speak. I guess Bdiz really is toasted. I don't even see him on Skype anymore. Poor Bdiz. Alright, well, top tower, that's going to be under a lot of pressure here. The defensive glyph has come out. It's not going to save it. There's no one even anywhere remotely near it to help it out. But we do have a lot of pressure now in the center. That's going to at least cause one Homecoming Stone. This Hellbringer is going to come back to the mid. He's probably going to be relying on his Malphys, but at the same time, we don't have anyone there. Level 21 and level 20 are the top 2 levels of this game. They are for Angry Testy. They are for Trafalmador, which is not surprising. I mean, 600 experience a minute on a Soulsteer. This is the majority of the reason why Soulsteer is always banned out of this game. He just does so ridiculously amount of damage.
Sorry, Jester, sorry to cut you off there.
Yeah.
But I got a message from Bdiz. He said that his like sound card crashed, and he's not able to cast anymore. So you'd have to take it solo.
Okay.
Alright, yeah,
Thank you, Holy.
No worries.
Essie, if you talk, can they hear you? Or can I only hear you?
Only you.
Only me. Great. So I am really truly on my own here. Game number 3, SK versus Evil Geniuses. We still have a little bit left to go here. Still with me, SE?
Yep.
Okay, great. I heard that was wholly just logging off there. So right now, I mean, this is game number 3. It is firmly right now in favor of SK Gaming. 7,000 experience, 10,000 gold. Is there advantages? I mean, even the level advantage right now, 220s as opposed to Chu. Chu, you know, by far fantastic player in this game matchup. He's been doing really great for himself, but in this third game, I don't know, it's just maybe he's not hitting his stride. Maybe it's really late. I mean, from game number 1 to game number 3, there was 5 hours of gameplay. Between all the pauses, between all the breaks, between all the spamming that DRD implemented, which is awesome. Not really, but I mean, these guys are tired. 5 hours of just staring at these games. But hey, when there's $2,000 on the line, you really, really want to win. But I don't know. Chu, he's doing 3-4-5 right now is his score. Far cry from his previous scores. And that, not to say that he's doing, as I say, he's a fantastic player. His items and farm are definitely leading his crew. And B-Kid, you know, he's really trying his hardest here with that Madman. He is probably going to get that heart, or he's going to upgrade the Whispering Helm to a Satanic? I think it's a Satanic. Pretty sure it's a Satanic. Either way, the big lifesteal item that gives him huge amounts of lifesteal, combined with his auto attack and his attack speed, it's going to be a massive health gain. He still has 4 minutes here now on his, what is this, token of life. So we have to see something within the next 4 minutes. Otherwise, it's just going to be wasted. Congo is going to come back to town, and that will be that. So right now we do have Evil Geniuses of massing up top. They do see a Swiftblade. They have to know he's not alone. And Swiftblade is just really cranking the damage at this point. He is at a wing bow as well as his previous items, the Frostburn, the Runed Axe. Right now, Pharaoh, he's still only on the Glowstone, so he hasn't made any progress that we can see there. And I don't know, Angry Testy has 5,000 gold in his disposal. I don't know what he actually wants to do with it. Probably just buybacks at this point, trying to seal the deal, so to speak. Witch Slayer, again, he's just doing his warding and counter warding job. Behemoth, again, just as well support. He has himself a Duster of Revelation as well, so they really want to keep down this this B-Kid, this madman, so to speak. But right now, EG, they're very confined in their base. They can't really leave, and that's really going to be starting to hurt them. I mean, the gold and experience differentials are just going to keep climbing in SK's favor unless EG can do something about it. And right now, it almost seems like they're scared to move. I mean, they do have some counter wards out. They do have only counter wards out. Wow, really? And no wards of sight. Maybe we're just run out at this point. I mean, the ward of sight change is really awesome at the same time, but when you buy them all up, I mean, they're gone. So they are moving out finally back into the jungle. They're going to try to catch up a little bit here on the experience and the farm. But no, Pharaoh's going to have none of it, going right into the Hellbringer. Hellbringer's going to get swapped out by the Andromeda, and that's going to allow the Malphus to come out. So not quite being able to insta-give him, but Andromeda sacrificing her life. Now that Malphus is out, he's actually getting focused down really hard as there was no support coming in from EG. It does look like now they're just going to go right back to base. They're going to have to do some defense mechanisms here. And down in the bottom lane, we do have the creeps auto pushed all the way up to defense tower. And ooh, what did SS buy? He bought himself a wing bow as well. So now we got 2 dodging heroes, Soulsteer and the Swiftblade, and that's going to be really playing havoc with the Madman, because he really relies on those auto attacks for not only the lifesteal but the damage. In comes ultimates from the Swiftblade as well as the Behemoth, and they're finally going to take down Chu. Chu doing a great job using the Storm Spirit to try to avoid all the damage. But in comes the Madman. He's just going to be trying everything he can. The Dust of Revelation goes down. I'm not too sure it's going to matter because he's about to die. He is going to use that token. We do have 2 deaths now on SK, but it's only Chu and B-Kid. Chu did buy back. He's going to be using his ultimate, trying to ward off everyone. It does look like it's going to be at least working for this point. As they do keep their Raxes. That's the important part. They lost the tower, but they kept the Raxes. So staying into the game. But so far, I mean, staying into the game has cost them the Aegis both times, as well as buybacks at least twice now on Chu. And that's just, I mean, fine. He has a lot of items. It might not be going for any more items, but that's still a lot of money. You can't keep that up forever. B-Kid still has 3,000 in the bank. So maybe he's not going to be taking the time to upgrade his Whispering Helm to the Satanic. But at the same time, he might just be trying to stay in the game. Buybacks are a very big thing we've seen in this series. They've really helped dominate a lot of the fights. After you kill a hero, you think he's down and out, and then pop back right into the fray. It could definitely be a little unnerving, and we've just seen so many buybacks in this series. Could be what they're going to do. Now, Trafalmador, he has 4,000. No, he just spent all his gold. No, he didn't. Never mind, I was looking at the wrong column. 4,200 is what he's sitting at right now. Not too sure what else he can go for at this point. I mean, he has his boots, his Homecoming Stone. The other items are kind of core. You can't really ditch them. So he might just be saving for his buybacks as well. Angry Testy is, I mean, he's at 2,600, so he replenishes his gold quite fast. Not too surprising. He's at 567 gold a minute. And just everyone's backing off at this point. They're regrouping, they're organizing, they really want this to go down. But hey, look at that, Kongor's back in town and he's about to drop a present. He is dropping super quick. I'm not too sure that EG is actually going to be able to do anything about it. They are going to throw down the Malphus, maybe try to steal the kill, but they're not going to be able to steal that token. There's no one in range at all. Who picked it up? It is Soulstealer, and now, I mean, Chu, he's going to be using his ultimate, but at the same time, it's not going to be saving Myrmidon from death. And now 5v4 with a token. They already have the experience and gold advantage, and now they're just going to be pushing their luck. This could very well be the end of it. 5v4 with an extra token. It's almost like a 6-on-4 with enough gold to make it an 8 or 9-on-4 simply because of all the gold saved out. The only person with buyback money is going to be B-Kid on that Madman, and he does not want to go in there unsupported whatsoever. But out comes the Geometer's Bane. We do have the Frostwolf already on the Soulstealer. That's going to kite Chu off a little bit. Now he's going to use his range. It does look like Trafalmador is able to take out Sabuska, so Andromeda not having the best game whatsoever. And now just those two Raxes went down very, very quickly. Behemoth is going to come in there with an ult. That's going to be the death of both the Hellbringer as well as who else went down there? Chu. Myrmidon is back in the scene, but he's just so underleveled at this point. Level 11. I'm not too sure he's going to be more than just a fly on the ear, a minor hindrance. I'm not too sure how Madman. Oh, I guess backdooring issues here in the chat, so not too sure. But B-Kid, he was basically the sole survivor there, as Myrmidon did go down much earlier. I guess SK is going to back off, do the honorable thing, not even be remotely related here to any kind of backdooring as they push off. But I don't even think any SK died in that fight. It is almost completely cemented right now in SK's favor. 23-13. 23-13, so a 10-kill lead. It's almost 50 minutes into the game. They've already taken out the mid tower, the mid Raxes. They have a Kongor on their side. They have the levels, the gold, the experience, the items. It's like the giant trifecta of how to win. Although that's more like a quadfecta, but you get the idea. The tower is just going to drop so very quickly. Puzzle box wizards, not, I don't know, just extra damage at this point. Who has a puzzle box? Pharaoh has the puzzle box, level 3, not too surprising. It's still with the glowstone, so maybe not a Staff of the Master after all. Maybe just going for it, but whatever. It does look like Myrmidon's down. Madman, he's not going to be surviving. That's going to be a very odd death for B-Kid. That's only his second death this game. He's done a great job surviving, but at the same time, that's 2 lanes down now, only 1 lane to go. 2 heroes are dead. It does look like finally Bdiz goes down for that Witchslayer support role. Defiler Chu, he's going to be flying up high. They are going to try to get this Pharaoh, and Pharaoh does go down. Just too much AoE to handle. So a little bit of a revenge kill. Behemoth, you're really out of position. And Trafalmador, he's going to have to run right out of there. He does have his ultimate, though. He just wants to make sure it doesn't hit any creeps. He's not even going to use it. It won't matter. I'm pretty sure he's just going to buy right back. Yeah, he just bought right back. And, yeah. Just wrecking ball of doom at this point. Evo Geniuses very much on the defensive. They can't leave their base. They can barely defend their base. And buybacks galore. We do have Fogged and Bdiz. They're both dead right now. But at this point, it won't really matter. One more solid push into the top lane is going to make super creeps, mega creeps, whatever you want to call them. And it's just going to steamroll past this. The only way I can my best bet right now for EG to turn this on its head is something of a genocide plus at least 2 more kills from the buybacks without losing anyone, and then just marching right into the base and going straight for a Nexus strike. A Nexus strike? No, a World Tree strike. Nexus. But I don't know. The chances of that happening right now, very slim. It's not impossible. It's just very slim. So never say never is a good motto to cast by. And right now, just going to take a quick look at the last set of items here. B-Kid did in fact get himself a Symbol of Rage. I knew it wasn't a satanic. That's definitely a Dota term. But he also has himself a Halberd, so he wants to get that True Strike mace. The Savage Mace, so that he can stop missing these heroes that keep dodging him. Remember, there are 2 dodging heroes because of this wingbow. 30% evasion is nothing to laugh at. 1 in every 3 hits is not going to hit you, and that's a very big thing to go up against a very, very big physical damage hero like this Madman. So he's going to come right in here to the Soul Steer, but Pharaoh's going to jump in there as well. I don't quite think the Soul Steer ultimate hit too many people. It does look like it did hit the Madman because he's really low right now. He's trying to do a little bit of lifesteal. He's not going to get out of that at all, and now it's just the damage train is coming right through town. Myrmidon going down. It does look like Defiler on Chu. He's getting slowed by the Frostburn that is sitting atop of this Swiftblade. Of course, we do have that Frostwell Skull on the Soul Stealer as well. And oh, 1600%. What? That's a little bit of the trash talking that what happened before the game. There was an interview on the GosuGamers site saying that EG had a 1600% chance of winning the game, and it does not look like that came to pass. If anyone knows, actually, Bdiz changed his name online to 1600%, and it does look like SK Gaming going to be taking the win here. The losers bracket finals for Team USA, and it is going to be SK that will be going on to face MSI in the grand finals. Not too sure when that's going to be happening, but Evil Geniuses are going to have to settle what, 2nd place in their division, 4th place overall or 3rd place overall, something like that. So congratulations to SK Gaming. Well played on all 3 games. 5 hours straight of playing. I can only imagine what they did to your psyche. But congratulations to them. Great fight there put up by Evil Geniuses. Just couldn't seal the deal at the end. But, you know, 2 really top-notch teams, and we do look forward to playing, to casting more of their games down the line. So there's only one set of games now left in the World Series, and that will be MSI versus SK Gaming. We will keep on top of that. Game replays will, of course, do their own casts of it. Might not be live, but hey, that's okay. That's why replays are around. So, for those of you at home watching, thank you so much for following us here for today. It has been almost 4.5 hours now of straight casting these games, so it was a blast to do. I want to thank Bdiz. I want to thank MSI Nova for joining us on all those games, despite leaving me all alone at the end here. Thank you so much to SE for doing the streaming here, and of course, game replays. We are doing replays. That's what we like to do. So. If you guys like the games, leave us your comments. Come join us in IRC. Come visit the forums. Follow us on Twitter. Find us on Facebook. Subscribe to the stream. We will be doing more of this stuff coming down. And I do believe next up we do have the Game Replays Amateur Tournament. We should have at least 1 game there ready to go here. So if you're interested in watching, some of the up-and-coming teams, then stay tuned, and we'll see you then. Four Court Jester signing off.